What day are we today?
9/11.
Not yet, nearly.
Now that would be a
I do always think it is weird whenever you're like, oh, there's this show. What day is it on? Oh, okay.
That's the day.
That's the day of days.
September 11th, is it? Okay. I mean, sure, but it just sort of sits there. Like when a DFS sale starts on Christmas Day, you're like, why?
So you rush out on Boxing Day.
A movie comes out on Christmas Eve. What's the point?
A lot of people go to the cinema on Christmas Day.
Well, what?
I know.
It's like, that's not where you're going to get most of the people.
You'd be surprised. I'm not going to be there.
But it's all the summer blockbusters, isn't it, really?
On Christmas Day?
Not on Christmas Day, but in the summer. That's why they're called the summer blockbusters. Those are the big movies. It always worried me that the Sonic the Hedgehog movies came out in late December. Because I was like, oh, please don't be bad. Please don't be bad.
Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter were early December, weren't they?
November.
November, excuse me.
Which is a different type of... Yeah, that's it's too cold outside, so you better go in and go and watch the new thing and buy all the merch for the Christmas.
We're in a thing at the moment where they're bringing out Halloween movies in, like, August. Like, Weapons has been out in cinemas for ages.
And
I'm
a Halloween movie, or is it just a spooky?
horror. It's a horror. So I'm like, from the people that brought you Barbarian. And I said to my friend, I was like, oh, please, I have a view voucher. Please, can we go and see Weapons? Also, I want to see it. And she was like, I don't know, I'm sat in my garden in the bright day sunlight thinking, no, I don't want to go and see Weapons.
Is that enough time to see it when it comes out, and then Halloween rolls around, you're like, I know what we should watch again?
Or go as a Halloween costume, potentially, though I don't think Weapons is going to provide any.
Child.
Yeah, same as Barbarian didn't really offer any, like, costume ideas.
The director is doing the Resident Evil reboot, though.
My head gave me Evil Dead for a second, and it had to take a moment to go, no, not that.
No, the other one.
Different words.
That one. Yes. So we might get a good one as long as the studio...
Mila Jovovich, is that Resident Evil?
Yes.
Okay.
But those are bad compared to the games, which are very different because they're... And then we were going to be very excited because we were getting... we got Return to... Welcome to Raccoon City, which was meant to be much more faithful.
Raccoon City?
Yeah. Where all the zombies
It's not adorable in that way.
No,
it's not like
full of monsters and zombies.
It's not like the most popular area of a zoo.
We were going to get a good one because it was all going to be very faithful to the source material and everything, and then it wasn't because the studio came in and went, we need something different. We're like, okay, should we keep the characters, like personalities the same?
No. That's good, do they?
Nope.
No. But the guy who did Barbarians and Warriors is going to do the new Resident Evil reboot, and he was like, oh no, I'm sticking with this because I was obsessed by the games when I was younger.
I mean, good luck to you until those studio execs are like, we did some tests with some people that were never going to go and watch this movie and they hated it, so change everything.
We don't think that's a very good idea because it seems too weird. Yeah, but that's because the last ones weren't very... Could we just... Oh, it's flopped.
You wanted to talk about the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, I went to go and see the Hunchback of Notre Dame in concert.
So we're talking Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, but it was also a bit more Victor Hugo-y at the same time.
But it had the songs of the Disney.
It had the songs of the Disney, and I think a couple more songs.
But it had the necrophilia of the Victor Hugo?
There wasn't necrophilia as far... Well, I mean, Frollo didn't fall.
Did people die?
Frollo was pushed. Esmeralda... Spoilers. Esmeralda did die.
Oh, good. Was she also revealed to be a white girl?
No.
That happens in the novel.
Oh.
I got all the lore. The Hunchback lore.
There was... Because it was sort of in concert, but also part... So it wasn't full musical. At the back of the stage, there was the choirs. The... choir.
I know what a choir is.
Yeah, but like the orchestral choir
I need it again. I'll Google it later.
Yeah. And then there was the band, and then there were like 4 pews, like church pews, and then the cast came on in monks' robes.
Okay.
And as each character was revealed, they would like take the monk's robe off. So that was very cool. It was just those 4 pews that were set and scenery. So like when Esmeralda was burning, they just put 2 up behind her. So that's the fire, and they would move around a little bit.
Bloody Hamilton's ruined everything. No sets allowed anymore.
I mean, it was a small theatre, and there was an orchestra and choir on stage. So it would have been tricky, but there were points where, like, the narration is a big thing. So they would come to the front of the stage and be like, and then he named him a cool name. There was also a bit at the end that I really enjoyed, was... And then Quasimodo broke free from his chains, pulled down the pillars, leapt from the balustrades, slid down the roof, down some glass, and was hurling beams and rocks upon the square. I was like, yeah, all off stage.
Yeah.
We don't have the budget for this.
Wish this was a visual medium.
I bet that looked awesome. I bet that would have looked awesome.
I'm really trying to get my head around the fact that they were like, okay, so we want the songs, but we also want to like stick to the novel, but like not at all, even a little bit. We just might kill Esmeralda this time.
Like Esmeralda gets
so then we don't get the
killed.
Disney happy ending.
There's not the Disney happy ending. Quasimodo pushes Frollo.
But we still have all the songs.
There are all the songs. There's some extra songs, I think. And the thing that we went to go and see British Sign Language, which I didn't find that very distracting because they stand at the edge and they do all this, and I was like, I don't speak British Sign Language, so I'm not going to watch the lady doing that. I'm going to watch the thing. There's some weird... This is what I wanted to talk about, and this might get... I don't know. This is some weird shit going on with that show. Because Quasimodo's disabled, he's got the twisted spine, and is partially blind and almost completely deaf because of all the ring-a-ding-dings and all of that stuff. There were people really up in arms that it was an able-bodied person portraying Quasimodo.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Equity's way of getting around this and to appease people, which did not appease everyone, was to have two people playing Quasimodo. One guy in costume, singing and moving and like lifting people and stuff and acting and Quasimodoing, and then a guy who was dressed really modern in comparison, like same colour trousers, but trousers. Same colour shirt, but it was a T-shirt and a red, like, short-sleeve shirt over the top. He was a deaf actor, dancer, and he was doing interpretive dance.
Okay.
Next to Quasimodo as part of the thing.
Who is it that is up in arms? That's what I'm always confused about. Like, who is like, how dare you take everybody's favourite disabled character, Quasimodo from Victor Hugo's Notre Dame de Paris, and have him played by an able-bodied actor?
They weren't happy with the deaf guy doing the interpretive dance, so you're saying that they have to be physically deformed. You want that person to go on stage and be called Monster.
Yes.
Have songs about how ugly they are.
I've not read it in a while, but, like, I don't think Quasimodo is the hero of the tale. I think famously there is no hero of the tale.
No one's happy.
And it's a deeply problematic tale, whereas I previously mentioned Esmeralda is raised as a G word her whole life, but it turns out that she was actually kidnapped by, and so she comes across as this compassionate, empathetic character. But equally, it turns out that actually she was kidnapped by those people and raised as one, and she was a rich white girl the whole time. She also dies, has her corpse defaced by Quasimodo.
Well, I don't. So at the end, it
Did
was.
that happen?
Well, at the end, it was because she dies in his arms, and then he goes up and he throws Frollo off of the.
Is Phoebus a character?
Yeah. Now I've got thoughts, but see now this is so. Yes, that happens, and then Quasimodo, the actor who played Quasimodo, comes out of costume and says years later they went into the cellar and there were two corpses, two skeletons, a woman and a man with a misshapen spine holding, and when they touched the man, he turned to dust and blew away.
So he did go down and deface her corpse.
So might have done.
Did the corpse have an erection?
The woman?
Yes.
I don't think so. They didn't put that bit in the epilogue. It's weird. I mean, interpretive dance is distracting anyway, I find.
Yes.
Because you need to really, you're like, I'm watching this and this, both in different mediums. That's an odd choice, I found, for that to be a thing.
Were there any other moments in the play that are art wank in the same way that interpretive dance is art wank, or was it just this one moment of, or several moments of this one character?
Oh, it's every time Quasimodo was on, both Quasimodos were on.
Just this dude.
There was some acting as well, so like some hiding and stuff, but like,
there wasn't anything else similar to interpretive dance throughout.
No.
That's what makes it a weird call. That's where it's like, you've done this because disability rights activists are pissed at you, and then it feels performative, which isn't great because then it's just...
Is Disney trying to appease everyone again? What I'm confused about as well is why do it in concert but try and also perform it.
Yeah.
Like either just put the musical on.
It worked how it was done, because instead of just standing there in costume or not in costume and singing, it was a more interesting way of telling the story. I liked how that was done. I preferred seeing this than it just being in concert with people standing and singing.
Fair enough.
There were only 2 shows of it in the UK. I think it's never been done in the UK before, other than these 2 shows.
I think Danny Minogue was in it one time in the UK as Esmeralda back in the 90s. Were the Gargoyles characters in this?
Yes.
Good, because I thought that they were going to not have them because they were going to just try and take... Because the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame is fascinating. Someone at the Disney Studios grew up with a graphic novel version of Notre Dame de Paris by Victor Hugo. And so obviously it was already a bit different than the novel, where, one of the characters falls in love with the goat, which is canon in the Disney movie as well, but it's put onto a gargoyle rather than like a person. So that makes it vaguely better. He then brought it to the,
Yeah, that gargoyle went in it. There were 2 gargoyles. The one that wants to fuck a goat wasn't there.
Right. Fuck's sake!
It's like Rizzo wanting to fuck chickens. It's fine because it's a little puppet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking about the Muppets,
Yes.
not Grease.
No, I just went. I do not remember that bit.
Then it went to the Muppets. And it's Gonzo that wants to fuck chickens, not Rizzo.
Gonzo, excuse me. Yeah, right.
wants to
Rizzo's
fuck
the
other
rat.
rats.
That would be weird. Yeah.
So
Take a shower every night. Fuck some chickens.
Nice.
I hated that.
Thank you. So I didn't enjoy it.
I could go either way.
I do feel like some part of it was, fine, you want a disabled person, we're going to have a deaf guy and we're going to give you interpretive dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing just seems a mess.
Because other plays.
At what
They
point...
could have done something else.
And then that's not fair in the sense that it's like, people desperate to have this story told. Like, Notre Dame de Paris was even written in the first place to try and save the Notre Dame Cathedral.
Right.
Because he would write it, I believe, in installments in newspapers, which is why they were so fucking long,
yes.
like Dickens used to, which is why you have chapters and chapters in Notre Dame de Paris of, like, the buttresses are beautiful, because he was trying to lobby the aristocrats.
That is
to,
how
like,
Victor Hugo sounded.
and, he's famous for that, to try and get the people to fund Notre Dame, which,
Yes.
inevitably worked in the future because when it burst into flames, everybody was falling over themselves to try and fix it. So hooray for him, I guess. Meanwhile, he's slapped on this, like, bizarre story to just justify lobbying people to save the Notre Dame. And then the Disney studio, of all people, to get hold of it during their Renaissance period, where they're doing serious musicals in animation form, but they're learning it from a graphic novel, and they know that they can't do it like the original novel because it's for kids, and they keep forgetting that, but then they'll veer towards it not being for kids again, and then they'll go, fuck, get the gargoyles in there, sing a song. So, like, the man sets a windmill on fire with a family in it.
I've done Hellfire. Make the fat one kiss a goat.
Yeah,
Make
like,
the fat one kiss a goat.
pretty
We've
much.
traumatized.
And then the next line is like, the city of lovers is glowing this evening. True, that's because it's on fire, but still there's l'amour. And you're like, I'm obsessed with this tonal shift. It opens with someone booting a woman down the steps of a church and killing her. That's how it opens. And so it's marvellous that it exists in the first place. And then it feels like no one really knows what to do with it. They kind of you never see merch from it. You never see, like, there was at the time.
Do you want a cuddly lumpy man?
Well, I had an Esmeralda nightdress.
Or would you like a cuddly 16-year-old girl?
Friend
Would you
had
like a Plush
16-year-old
Buttress?
Barbie.
Plush Buttress is no.
Say your drag name.
Stop that.
I'm going to say my handle on OnlyFans is Plush Buttress.
So I love it, but I find it so interesting when people clearly want to do something with it, but then they don't really know what to do. Why introduce the book ending into an adaptation of the Disney version, whilst also keeping the gargoyles, but only 2 of them? Just baffling choices to me all around.
I think a lot of it is people, when they do a thing, they want that thing to be everything. So they don't just want to do a version of the thing. They want to pull in all of these different elements. And I think that's part of the issue with the critique as well, is that like if someone's going to put on a version of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, it's probably there are going to be issues around like disability rights and like, well, why don't we have many actors?
But at what
do they
point does
refer
that...
to her as the G word? Do they refer to her as Romani? See, that's
sweet.
a fucking slur.
But at what point does this bit stop? Because people go, oh no, we need to have a disabled person. Should he also be speaking French?
Yes.
Should he also have spent most of his life locked in a fucking tower?
We have legit gargoyles.
That sexual assault scene wasn't true. There should be actual
that actress consented, goddammit.
The captain was played by a black guy. I don't think he would have been a black character in Victor Hugo's times.
I think there are lines between like historical accuracy, artistic license, and like genuine portrayal.
Yes.
And obviously we were coming out now of like Hollywood, etc. had a real run of it, really trying to do their best. And now the word on the street is that we're moving away from that again because they're like, it was too difficult because not enough people are available who are good.
I saw a good interview with Daniel Day-Kim talking about race casting.
He was so eloquent, I saw that as well.
And I apologise because I will not be as eloquent as him. But he's essentially saying if the character needs to be Japanese, then get a Japanese actor. So if they need to speak fluent, like native Japanese dialect, or if it is something historically has to be Japanese, then go for it. But what happens an awful lot is a non-Japanese person will write something and go, oh, well, I need to have a Japanese person to do this because I wrote it, and not know anything.
Yes.
So he was talking about, I think it was parts about being in Lost, being Korean. He needed to be able to speak Korean. He needed to be able to speak fluent Korean. So you get a Korean person to do that, but it doesn't...
I suggested you go look it up because, we both just butchered that. But, like, he was so thoughtful and eloquent, and it was interesting hearing it from that point of view, where someone who's not only, part of that conversation, but also an actor in Hollywood for several years now. Because then, the conversation starts widening and widening and widening, where you then start leaning into the, like, LGBTQ plus representation of things.
Oh, having non-trans people play trans people. But again,
gay people have to play gay people. Does that mean gay people aren't allowed to play straight people? Like, all of these conversations start getting... You almost have to bring it right back down and do it by case basis. Yeah. And if fundamentally it is not worth putting on a production of Notre Dame de Paris because it is too complicated or you just can't quite do it justice, do something else.
I think there is something to be said with, like, I'm going to critique the critics now, which is very white guy of me. But I think, like, Notre Dame isn't going to be the play that changes the landscape of how we cast things. That's just not where that battle's going to be fought. You're not winning anything by critiquing it. Mm-hmm. Go watch something else. Like, you're going to have a conversation about it.
I can understand if somebody was like excited, bought tickets, and then they learned this, and then they were upset about it, and they were vocal about it, and absolutely always be vocal and always try and change the world for the better. But also, like, maybe pick your battles.
Yes.
Is everyone that was critiquing it along those lines? Or do
how many people got offended on other people's behalf?
This is why the earlier point of who was upset about it. Was it people with disabilities or was it...
People on the internet.
People on the internet. I mean, the thing is, Notre Dame doesn't matter. Black Stormtroopers really matters, and I'd like to talk about that for half an hour. The armour's white, guys. It's right on the label.
Nazi Germany. In space.
Just to wrap up the Notre Dame thing, it was a brilliant show.
Cool.
The singing was astounding. I got full body goosebumps several times. I didn't know that two people were playing Quasimodo, so we did look that up in the interval, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And I think the second half was slightly spoiled by my brain going, why have people been moaning? Who complains about this? I'm not saying anything against any of the cast, and I cannot remember the guy's name who was dancing Quasimodo, but I didn't know this going in, so we did just sort of have to Google it to go, who is his little friend?
What's going on?
Who's his little friend dancing? We're like, is this...
Why is he twice?
Because it was a... Yeah, essentially.
Quasimodo
we were like,
twice, please.
Is there something in the book that I didn't know? Because...
Yeah, famously, there's two Quasimodos.
There's Quasimodo who can barely speak, who can't really hear, and maybe has
then
trouble
his
moving around. So
astral
then maybe
projection
there's
version.
maybe that's how he wants to be, and that's how it's meant to be.
Oh, I see.
Or because there's less set. This is where he would be swinging around the stuff, and he isn't. So this is what that is. I went, maybe that's cool. That's an interesting way of doing it. It's a little bit confusing, but it's a way of showing what he's thinking and feeling, as well as this. And then I read it and went, no, we've put a disabled person in there because people were moaning.
Also, famously in a musical, the way you understand how people are thinking and feeling is through song. That's what the songs are there for. And the songs in the Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame are phenomenal. And that's why everybody wants to keep putting it on, because they're like, have you heard the Bells of Notre Dame? It's a banger.
It is. It was great. Hellfire was an astounding performance out there. Like, there were so many times, and I've done a few musicals, so many times that I was like, these people aren't human. How were they holding that for that long? It was astonishing, and it was great, and everyone was good, but I was annoyed that people have moaned.
Yeah.
And then when they went, okay, we've put someone with a disability in there to go and do dancing. Some other people went, no, that's wrong.
That's the wrong kind of disabled.
Genuinely, the only thing like, no, that's the wrong sort of disabled. And you're like, all right, then we're going to get someone with a twisted spine, massive wart covering one of their eyes, that's almost fully deaf, that is French, that has lived in a box for his entire life and died 100 years ago.
100 years
We
old.
can only have this.
And you can
authentic-
understand why it comes down to the conversation of like, no, now you're just generalising disability, and that's not fair either.
Yes.
But then you, as you say, you can put it to them and be like, what do you propose we put on the casting call
Because
out?
there's bits where we need someone
Like,
with
what's
curvature of the spine that
specific?
can also carry a full-grown man.
Yeah. That's why this guy's fictional.
You need to have weird little legs, but you need to be able to like chuck rocks, because we're going to do all of that as well. It's, again, not qualified to talk about this, but
it's an interesting
None of the people that are
conversation.
complaining are. I have a joke, I have a question, and then I suggest we pull a question out of that.
Oh, yeah.
So the joke is there's two Quasimodos, because one's Quasimodo, one's Quasimodo. First
I get
joke.
it, I get it,
Thank
I
you.
get it.
First joke of the episode. Question, where did you see this wonderful play?
this was at the Prince Edward Theatre in London.
No way.
Yeah. There were only
Where
two.
Mormon is?
There were only two shows.
That's where Book
I
of
think it was
Mormon's
where
on.
Book of Mormon's, because I saw Book of Mormon there years ago.
Yeah.
And I think it was the same place.
How interesting. Was it on like a Sunday or something?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
It was.
So they'll have had
Sunday.
to have like pulled a curtain across the Mormon set, and like that's probably why they were like, you can have 4 pews.
You can have 4 pews, and that's it. We've also got a dead donkey, a Darth Vader outfit
You're
if
welcome
you
to
need that. Would you like Esmeralda dressed as Lieutenant Uhura? How many hobbits do you need?
We have many buttresses.
So
Very fine buttresses.
I went to go and see Book of Mormon for the second time in Norwich the other week.
Nice.
That's got some other
It's
fun.
great, it's great. So to sort of stay on the similar theme, but to take it to a different place, I am not qualified to complain about this because I'm not a member of this community, but I would like to complain about the recent production I saw of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, one of the best musicals in the world. And the community I'd like to complain about are children, because they were cast as fucking everything, and they shouldn't have been.
Everything.
Everything!
The children are cast as the children because there's
The
children in
children
there.
are supposed to be cast as children, and then in the movie version, obviously because it's a movie, you can get fucking famous as hell actors to come in and do 2 lines. Now, I understand on a touring production, you're not going to pay someone to come in and do 2 lines. I
You're not gonna get
understand
Biggins
that.
in.
However, you have 22 adults playing 11 brothers and 11 wives backstage. Could none of them do a costume change and come on as Potiphar? Well, Potiphar's wife will put a pin in. Potiphar, Jacob,
It's not the only thing that Potiphar's wife gets in her.
but they were being played by children, and then you start getting the problematic thing of the narrator also played Jacob, and she also played Potiphar's wife, because Joseph is played by an adult, so you can't have a 10-year-old playing Potiphar's wife, but Potiphar was played by a 10-year-old, while Potiphar's wife was being played by the narrator. It was fucked up. We spent the whole interview fretting that Pharaoh was going to be played by a fucking child, because when I tell you these kids are talented, I'm like, sure. Are they talented enough to carry these adult roles? No. That's why they're usually sent to duty, where they belong. As fuming, absolutely
It's
fuming.
choir, like a choir.
Absolutely fuming.
No, still not sure.
Any dream, any dream.
So I would like to put a ban on children performing.
Done.
Okay.
Particularly for dwarves. There was a big thing about Panto during Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Instead of hiring little people to play the dwarves in Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, they would get children and just grown-ups with microphones backstage because you didn't have to pay children as much. So let's ignore Quasimodo for a bit, sort that shit out. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs movie, where they're all CGI
Well, that was
fucking
because
nightmares.
Peter Dinklage was like, it's really offensive for you to cast people, and all of the other people in the industry were like, oi, not all of us got Game of Thrones!
We don't have Game of Thrones money! Go and do the Toxic Avenger! We got bills!
It's pulling up the ladder after him.
Little bit. And it's like, bro.
Come on now.
Shh. Or at least,
But
not
there was
shush,
also- but, like-
but I think everyone took it so, they were like, well, that's the final line on that, then we must do as he says. And it's like, whoa, he's not
He
king of
doesn't
the
speak
universe.
for
He's
all
not the
little
king.
people. He's not the king
not
of the
the
little
king.
people.
Like,
With the Willy Wonka film as well, they had the CGI...
they had Roy. Oh no, you're talking about the Wonka.
No, I was talking about the horrifying Johnny Depp one, where it's just the one guy shrunk
yeah,
and copy and pasted.
He's not shrunk because he's in the Neverending Story. He is a person.
Then he's just copy and pasted.
But
He's
he
a
is copy and
person.
pasted, yeah.
He's a person.
With thoughts and feelings, and he can vote.
But then, it was Hugh...
Fernley
Not Hugh
Whittingstall.
Laurie.
It was Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
In,
Which, did
Wonka.
anyone... I assume people were up in arms, but I don't go on the internet anymore. Because it's a horrible place to be. As Bo Burnham said, remember when this was once like chat rooms and travel blogs, and it's really nice and friendly.
Finding out if the cat has cheeseburger.
Speaking of someone that works for Weeble stuff, yes, people are really angry that the internet has changed. That's what all of his comments are.
And do you know what they've done? They've gone onto the internet.
Fucking idiots.
Started making horrible...
That's the thing. My suggestion, touch grass. Always just touch grass. I know, if I want to look to camera, where do I have to
You
look?
can look at all the cameras. There's one.
You're in the middle one here.
So I would have
and
to
then
look
you're in this
directly
one
down
here.
that
You can
lens.
also do, if you want an
Or that lens,
HD,
like a-
if you want an SD lens take, it's that one. If you want an HD one, it's that one. That one's also good if you want to do anything large.
It's my eyes are trying to like focus, so you'll zoom in on my eyes, and I'll be like,
I'm going to zoom in on whatever I feel like in the moment, like you taking a drink now. Careful. Got to really struggle to get in Ben's camera. I might change the colour of these mugs every few takes for fun. Good
ooh,
old hue shift.
magic. Oh, why am I looking there? I look like to the wall. Magic.
I know that you did a retake.
Time to put a question at the hat. Time to put a question at the hat. It's time to put a question at the hat and answer it in some way.
Right, if you were a Rice Krispie and could only snap, crackle, or pop, which do you pick?
The big questions.
I mean, occasionally when I stand up, my body crackles anyway.
We're at that age.
Speak for yourselves.
I was speaking for myself. Liam lumped you both into that, and I apologise.
No, I forgot Emily was here.
Great. I would snap because I don't like crackling and I
Well,
don't like popping.
When I was younger, my mother used to call farts pops.
Aww.
Yes, a little pop off.
So I suppose that I do also pop. So I might as well snap and then like get the whole...
Snap, I just, in terms of if I had to make a noise, I think I would rather snap. Because then you're like, oh, I've really like made an entrance. Like,
I can
that's
also,
not crackling, I would call that crackling. I would
That's
still
fine,
call that,
that's
if
a
it's a dull
Yeah.
sound, it's like a crackle crumble.
what about,
That's a horrible
You need
crackle.
to go
That's a
to
crunch.
a medical professional.
Scientist.
it's the brain we need to deal with first. That's just how we go.
Is that, what,
You can stop
why?
immediately.
How?
We've lost every listener that we've ever
You never
had.
run out?
No, it's full.
This is like the opposite of ASMR. Everyone's like, no!
It sounds like I want to listen to Blue Alatar's new album.
It's just that.
It's just me going.
Just half an hour of that.
It's full. It doesn't.
I want to be able to do it, but I can't, and I think that's a good thing. Why are you both so crunchy?
I mean, I've got double jointy hyper.
Well, I've got
Nonsense.
hypermobility.
Well, why
It
don't you
doesn't mean I
crunch?
crack and crunch.
So you seem jealous, so you would want to crackle.
What noise when you
You want to
rotate
join
like
the
that?
Crackle crew.
What noise would you like it to make? Like a
Oh, if I could. No, I want it as like the PowerPoint slide. Like.
Didn't we do this
No,
last
we can't. We can't. We
It
can't.
was when I was last here.
Yeah.
We can't keep laughing at the same things.
Danger!
DJ.
Battery low. Loads of great options.
Oh, and you could like install your own from your like favorite video games. It'd be like, I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Or
Lydia from Skyrim.
I went Duke Nukem. Shake it, baby. Can't say that anymore because of woke.
You shouldn't shake babies.
But he needs to shut up. I'm dyslexic, so I'd like to cackle.
Aww.
Making disabilities work for me. I could play Quasimodo.
Play Quasimodo. I can't spell Quasimodo, but my shit, I can play him.
We've got a problem. He's memorised what he thinks is the script.
Going anywhere other than Notre Dame.
You saw about Notre Dame some? I don't know what that is.
Little,
Ooh.
He's
little
just
dumplings.
French meets Asian cuisine.
I feel like
you put
my
snails in,
Radam
like-
joke has been.
Well, you can say it again.
You go anywhere other than Radam. Because he's Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame in this economy.
I mean, we can cut that bit out.
No, I think I'll do it twice.
It's good for the runtime, I suppose.
Yeah, we
Pad
need
it
that
out.
runtime. I'd like to cackle. I'm already pretty crispy.
Aww.
I'm going to go with popping.
Pop.
Because I feel like if I snap, that's
So
an
we got one of
injury.
each?
Yeah.
Aww.
We should start our own
I can-
cereal.
Count as snapping?
What? It's just not
Have you
expected.
never seen me do
It's
this?
just very unexpected.
Can you offset them? Because it's like my favourite way of clapping is like...
Sat in the audience of the Notre Dame concert going, beautiful.
The play wasn't very good.
What's the sound of one hand clapping?
Don't ask me how I figured out I could do this.
Dude.
I was young and I bring it out at every party now. So yeah, there you go, double
Between us.
jointedness.
Amazing.
The joys of.
Conversation hat.
Emily, where can people find you online if that was a thing they wanted to do? Or in person, up to you. Dealer's choice.
Don't dox yourself.
Where, if people were to try and avoid you, where should they absolutely not go?
Below Watford at any given moment of any day.
Below Watford.
Where am I? I mean, if you want to listen to my podcasts, you can listen to Why This Film. It's the movies of your childhood.
We're each on there.
You are.
I need to come back and do some more.
Yeah,
Twice.
well,
I've been a horribly busy boy.
I'm busy, so like I've got like several in the can that still need to be edited, which have not been. And In A Barbie World, equally many in the can to still be edited. But you can go listen.
Bomb. Where are you online?
Hydrating on Instagram at Spike Pearson, Pierson. You can see all the food that I go to, the shows that I see, the things that I do. Not all of them. Not allowed to monetize that. Not on Instagram.
So what's your OnlyFans handle?
We're also sponsored by Surfshark, so we can access it.
What was it? Plush Balustrade.
Plush Buttress, which is the only title I've written down.
I think
by
I
the
do
way.
have it. I did make an an OnlyFans page and then did nothing with it. I was going to put up those videos of me crying covered in chocolate.
Yes! And you also had mustard on you for a bit. What
you
was that
there?
for?
Oh,
no,
I
but I
covered-
asked him to do them for something.
I got mustard and covered myself in ham.
Yes, the ham!
And
What was it for, Ben? What was it for?
I can't remember. The mustard went in my eyes and it burned. I don't know if I've got the photos
like
anymore.
English mustard?
Yeah.
Oh no, you want to be going Dijon or American,
You
really.
shouldn't be doing it at all, to be honest.
Was this for like a lockdown live stream or something?
So the
It was a joke about you having an OnlyFans.
the chocolate sauce and I can't remember if it was peanut butter or
There was peanut
Nutella. Me crying in the shower. That was for Valverde Broadcasting
Yes.
for their celebration of reaching a benchmark goal of subscribers.
Yes.
I don't know where the photos of me in Ham are, and I don't know
went to the
what they were
highest
for.
bidder, probably.
I think it's still going.
Could you send them over and
It's
I'll
the
start an
highest
OnlyFans? I'm a struggling actor.
We've also got videos of you on the toilet reading Going to the
Go
Toilet
to the
for
toilet
Dummies,
for dummies, yeah.
which I found
can
the
also
other
go on the
day.
OnlyFans.
People took time out of their work day to get that book for me.
Plural or just... It's more than one person.
3 people walked into Waterstones that
All of
day.
them.
I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
With a mission.
Patreon.com/conversation hat.
Yeah, that's where the trouble is. I've been having a lot of fun with the video versions of this podcast. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to sustain doing these edits. I'm getting slightly quicker every time, so we'll find out. And I'm having an awful lot of fun with the cutaways, the stingers where we have like the glitchy conversation hat bit. Just go through our back catalogue and just finding any random videos to stick over the top of that. Like you dressed as, I think, no one's specific mum in the cinema.
Oh, Old Lady in the Cinema?
Old Lady in the Cinema.
Yeah, didn't we get shadow banned on TikTok for that because I was dressed as a woman? I had the biggest beard I've ever had
I'm confused. Why would you get banned for that?
because I was a man dressed as a woman.
Trans issues, Emily.
I had like a 6-month beard.
It was amazing.
I think I recall seeing them.
Probably. At LT Guitarist for me, at Convo Hat Podcast for the show. I have one title to democratically elect. It is Plush Buttress. Does anyone have any pitches for
I consent.
I Consent? Oh,
To Plush
that
Buttress.
wasn't
in which we discuss Quasimodo.
Oh, you're not going to make me spell Quasimodo, are you?
K-W-O-Z. Quas, Y-E, Modo.
I've
Close
just written,
enough.
I've written I, then a big gap, then a Quasimodo.
That is the phonetic spelling of Quasimodo. If you looked Quasimodo up in the dictionary, that's what would be in the like brackets next to it. However, if you do want to spell it properly, it's Q-U-A-S.
Yeah. Let's maybe
I.
do that one.
M-O-D-O.
Oh, sorry, they at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can spell Modo.
You can't really fuck up Modo.
Watch this space. Anyway.
Bye.